And we are live right now. Thank you very much for joining us and welcome, Said, Rafael, Priyanka, and Jose. My name is Alex. Nice to hear you.
Hi, Alex. Very happy to be back here in a very nice and amazing ground just before Christmas.
And we are all, hello, I'm Rafael. Thank you very much for the intro. And we all prepared with Copilot on Windows.
The old stuff.
Yeah, the old stuff. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah,
but you know, with the new Windows version, Copilot is also available in Germany and everything. It's only a website, but we have the Copilot button and we have the Copilot button on the keyboard. So Copilot meets Windows.
That sounds great.
And just today, my daughter logged into ChatGPT and she was writing a letter to Santa to ignore her mama's warning and still get her a gift because she has been a good girl all year.
How long was this one from your daughter? What is a page long?
No, so she was using ChatGPT to help her write a letter to Santa to convince him that she has been a good girl all year long. It was just, yes, so school holiday started, right? So yesterday was her first day, no school. So she got a bit creative.
Nice.
Sweet.
So she was prompting.
Yes, she was prompting.
Oh,
Can you
nice.
write a letter to Santa?
That's nice. That's nice. And what was the result? Was it good?
Yeah, it was pretty convincing. And it asked, how old are you? And do you think you have been a good girl all year? Can you tell me some of
Nice.
the good things you've done this year?
Yeah, that's cool. So perhaps we start right now. We wanted to go with Rafael and talk about security. So, for example, if we are writing or prompting a letter, however, to the LM and also for the Copilot, perhaps, what can happen? How can we be secure or so can be safe on this one, Rafael?
Now I unmute.
Yes.
Hello, Alexander. Thank you very much. I have a small Christmas story for us. I talked yesterday to the guy who brings us the gifts and everything, and he needs to collect all the information from the children, what they wish and what they want. You know, these guys, they also have a beer
yeah,
these caps
prepared already
and everything. And it is very, very interesting that he asked me that he have trillions of data and now he has to think about it, how to protect it, because no one else need to change a wish. So think about it. There is, for example, Jose, and you are wishing a new Microsoft band watch, for example, and someone is switching the information to a Google band watch, smartwatch, whatever, and under the Christmas tree, say, oh no, I got the wrong wish. So the security of data in AI and the security
Rafael,
of Copilot.
I want to change it. I want to Zoom.
You want to change?
I want to Zoom. A Microsoft Zoom.
Oh, Zoom. Yeah. That's also a good idea. So we don't need a Surface phone or an iPhone. We go to Zoom. That's also okay. Yeah, maybe we have some of these old ones. So at first we want to be a little bit protected and protects our Copilot functionality in Microsoft 365. And let me start a little bit to share my screen, because we are talking with this guy who brings us on Christmas Day to the morning all of our gifts. And in this, I talked to him, okay, he's using Microsoft 365, and he said, yes, I'm using Microsoft 365 for emails and all of this. and Microsoft Teams calls. And I talked to him, okay, but do you protect also Copilot and Copilot from Microsoft 365 or other AI systems with Defender, so for cybersecurity and monitoring reasons? And he said, no, what is it? And I show him this page and said, okay, when you go to Cloud App Catalog, and this is very, very interesting.
Could you please zoom in? Yes.
Yeah, a little bit bigger is better. Yeah, let's be zoom in. That at the beginning, and that is a good question. How much applicator we had last week? Last week we have around 510, 515 different AI apps. And today, when I open it, let's have a look. 698 AI application apps are controlled by Defender for Cloud Apps. So we have more than 100 more from 1 week. And as Ignite, we have 358. So when you remember, over the last 2 months, we have more than double of AI tools here in Cloud Defender for Cloud Apps. And this is very cool that you see here, for example, Microsoft Copilot Studio. Or when you said, okay, I don't want to go to Microsoft Copilot Studio, I want to have Microsoft Copilot for Microsoft 365. And at first, you see here the recommended of compliance and security. So, for example, is Copilot for Microsoft 365 fulfill this the ISO 27018, for example, for data privacy? Yes. Or the default one for data centers and information security, 20001. Yes, it does. And also has the Microsoft audit here, and we see GDPR report, GDPR right to assure, and all of these information are available. And what you can do also more, and there's a lot of missing, you see here, you can monitor it, you can sanction it, you can build your own groups, for example, data privacy or executive board, and you can request, for example, is it allowed that they use, is it not allowed that they use? So what I do is, I create a rule and said all Microsoft ones are allowed, and I also create a rule, and this is very interesting, all with a part of, you see it here, is 10. So I create a rule 9 or lower, and lower than 9, it will be blocked automatically. So all new AI tools that are coming here in will be blocked. And that will be blocked, for example, when I want to use this AI tool in my Edge browser. So I control on a network and on an application way with Defender for Cloud Apps my AI application, and this is what I like. And more AI applications are in, for example, also Microsoft Designer. And Alexander, also the guy who brings us all of these gifts, created pictures and nice gift cards with these Microsoft Designer, and also his new icon. He will be released on 24 this month. The new Christmas tree icon. He spoiled it a little bit to me. So this is also included. And this was the first thing I talked with him. And the second thing I talked with him about was the data security posture management for AI. And the best question from him was the first time, but it was AI Hub before, or? So it was very interesting. Yes, he recommended that on Ignite, it's switching from AI Hub to data security posture management for AI. So for data and information security for AI. And here I do it yesterday with him. So I do all the recommended things. So for example, activate Microsoft Preview Audit. Hopefully you did it before. Install the Preview browser extension. And this is what I do here. Well, let me click there. It's a little very, very small in the, no, I can't rise it up. But there you see on the right side, Microsoft Preview extension. And this is installed, but we can go here and you see here also Microsoft Preview is installed. And when I go here and look at it, this is a Microsoft Preview add-in which we used from Microsoft Edge, so that the Edge browser can collect more and more data for the Microsoft Preview portal. So we installed this, and this is really cool. This add-in, we need to collect all of the information. Then we onboarded the device to Preview, hopefully before, and then we extended all the data discovery. And this is the first step I do with him together. For example, detect risky interaction in AI apps, detect user visit AI sites. So for example, browsing on other AI sites too. So that's why we need the add-in, and detect sensitive information pasted or uploaded to AI sites. So that is really interesting. And the notification under these three topics is deleting, but there was an information that the tenant need 24 hours to implement these rules. And we have not only these policies, and we go to policies because these are policies, and you see here we have 5 policies: 2 for DLP, so posting, for example, in the wrong site; 2 for insider risk, so maybe the account is hacked or anything else happened. For example, the guy, for example, the elf, deleted the contract, and now he need to be covered and need to get this information. And at the end, we have communication compliance, which is also GA today, and was the first policy here. To have a look at it, what happened, and what we need to know is that all of these AI interactions are communication from Microsoft. So mostly with communication compliance start, and then with DLP and adding insider risk. And we see here we have these 5 ones, but we will get 10 and more policies in the future. We see here, and when we have these policies enabled, we see the reports, and this is what we see in the overview. And also here, look a little bit in my last days. I'm using Copilot and Microsoft 365 Copilot. I used it, for example, also yesterday, and starting here, and yesterday and today, 18 times, 5 times, yesterday 5 times. That is because discussed what I do. What do you mean? What I do with Microsoft 365 Copilot with the guy who gives all of the gifts.
On Sunday.
On Sunday. What we do
You
together.
discuss the address.
We discuss, we discuss the address and everything, and we have an Excel sheet. And this Excel sheet had a lot of address and names and everything. And we say to Copilot, please organize this address in this list and give us a sheet, so that in the new step, in the elf step, they can use AI to make the best route from house to house and everything. So we use all of these parts. And then we see here, okay, in these, there are some parts need a little bit more time. That are the 24-hour step. We deployed yesterday, so we need a little bit more time to getting the data. And we see here also, we have data and we use Copilot. And we see here, for example, 22 full names. Yes, that is an Excel sheet with a lot of names in it and address. There are address in it and names in it, full names. Medical conditions. Yes, there are some, they are wish that they don't need glasses anymore. So we have different interesting wishes. And like me or Sai, or Jose, we don't need glasses anymore. So with the wish for Christmas time, you see here medical conditions in it, and also diseases and some other. For example, here, the German physical address. I tested with my address to show the guy how it works. And at the end, we see also the labeling references, and also the user and the high-risk user they are using. They are collecting from Defender portal and also from Microsoft 365 portal. So at the end, we have a good overview, and we can go also deeper in these analytics and say, okay, who is using the Copilot and who's using the Copilot, which prompt. So what is new since the last 2 weeks, that we see that someone using a prompt, and we see also the results, and that is totally cool. Also in this management, also in the audit logs, we see the prompt and we see the results. So this is really cool. Before, you only see the results with communication compliance. So today you don't need a communication compliance policy, but I'm recommended, like here, please deploy some of these information. Oh no, go to policies. Go to policies at first to deploy one of these communication compliance policy. But do we have some more? And I said we have deployed 5, and we got more. And you see here we have, for example, also 4 that I do not started. For example, protect data briefings with Microsoft Copilot. This was not available yesterday. So what I do is here, what they do, DLP policy for Copilot. Users won't be able to add label content and prompts, and Copilot want to use label content and responsible data loss policy matches, which shown in the activity explorer. So I saw the results. So make it as complete. That's what I do. Okay, complete. And so I see, okay, I do all of these things. I deploy the policy and I look at the guidance, at the guides here, and we do all of this. So at the end, also, yes, I can look into the Explorer, and you see here, for example, my test some minutes before, where I talked about, let me translate a PowerPoint, my PowerPoint about preview, and it don't works. So, okay, it says, I'm sorry, but I can do the answer, so have a look at it. And here you see interactions, and let me look at the response. I know that I think there's no response because I don't get a response of this. So it's not translated into English or into Spain and into Spanish. So yeah, it's loading a little bit. It's loading, yeah, information is not available. Maybe this content cannot be displayed. No, there is no content. So that's a little bit, I talking to Microsoft that we have a better feedback here to know what at the end will happen. And what we do now, and this is the last step, and it will be create more and more of these, are the topic of oversharing and all of these things you see here. I starting my assessments and reports, and what I do here is, for example, all users, and then in all SharePoint sites and run. And when I go back, so it was very easy, go back to December, and I see here, okay, how much sites and items I have when we have an oversharing and an oversharing assessment. And do you see here nothing? Because that was in preview. I started this. So it is in preview today also. So it can be happen that there is no information. But when there is information, you see, for example, the total items, the source, the items, and all of this. So let me start a new one, test 3. And at the end of the show, let's have a look at it, if it's working and we have some numbers. So this is a little bit of assessment and auditing of the information, what happens in your SharePoint, which is scanning. So let me test, and this is the automatically ones. I starting now a default one. So at the end, I talked with a guy who brings all of us the gifts, and he said, "Oh, that's cool. So I can use more and more AI functionality in my daily work. It helps me because he's missing some of the elves. He has not enough elves to do all of the work. So he's starting with AI, and the next part is he wants to start with an AI bot." But this is not my topic. Who wants to go next and
Yes,
further?
great. But could you please go
Yeah.
one back as you started
2.
your assessment?
Yeah.
Because there were great description on this one. You started
Yeah.
one on the 9th. It was completed 2 days later
Correct.
on the 11th.
Correct.
So if you're starting this one today, what would you expect? What time would it done?
Hopefully 40 minutes, but yes, you are totally right. It can be 24 to 48 hours. So
yeah,
let me
right.
look. It can do that. It's not so fast, but
Yeah.
I know in this tent I don't have so much data and so much sites. So we will see the custom test I do, and I deleted here the custom test I do before it was from 40 minutes to 2 hours, because I don't have more than 100 sites. So I have 30 sites here. So we will see. That's a little bit the thing that create your own custom assessments. That's the same for create your own DLP policies. So that's okay to do the recommended ones and create these 2 DLP policies. But better is also when you create your own sensitive information type and create your own DLP policy for Microsoft Copilot 65. But for this, I think we need to wait a little bit at the end of the week or after Christmas. We see more and more these special DLP policies. That's what I'm talking. Now we see 5 and hopefully next we see 10. So we have also a special DLP policy, but have a look. Let me look fast if in this
That
tenant
sounds
will be
great because
deployed.
you have only a few sites, but the
Yeah.
data in these sites is already labeled. So you do not
Correct.
label the data on
Correct.
on the fly.
Correct. It's only looking for misuse or only looking. Let's have a look.
Okay.
I
got
let's have. So that's all fine. GDPR.
Because if you want also to label this one, we need perhaps more time.
That needs more time. But as a little gift from the Ignite, Microsoft raised up the limit from 25,000 to 100,000 per day. So, but you see here, no, it's not available in my tenant here. Normally, you see a Teams chat and also Microsoft Copilot, and also recommended in the data lifecycle. You see Teams chat and Copilot are split into two ones, but
I have this one in my tenant, but is it not your MVP or your production tenant?
No, that's my production tenant.
Okay, that's why, because we have also in my MVP tenant, we see this one. You can imagine this one, team chat and so on. There's also Copilot, and that was one question in one of the trainings, because if you want to delete your Copilot interactions,
this is
they are somehow they are added to this one in both your teams chatting, personal chattings,
correct,
and also the Copilot interactions. And it should be, I think in January, it should be divided in several policy actions then.
Let me check if I go to the data lifecycle management.
Yes,
and
sure.
Let me check static. Okay, no, it's also together. But I saw it in my MVP tenant and also in my NDA tenant. It is splitted. So, and this is recommended. It will be roll out this month. So maybe tomorrow we will see that we have two parts here: Teams chat and Copilot interactions. And when we can delete Copilot actions automatically, for example, after 3 days or whatever. Today I can delete it in my user profile.
Sure.
This is, for example, possible when I go to my account. And this is my productive account.
It's great. You show your production system there. I like this.
There's nothing confidential you see in these areas. It's cool. That's cool. Because I don't go deep dive in, but you see here, for example, you see here, and make it a little bit bigger. Here you find the delete history, and this is out of a data privacy view. This is the main reason that you said, okay, when you don't want your history of Microsoft 365, go here and delete your history. So the user are recommended that they can do it for their own. And yes, in the future with the split, we can delete Copilot interactions without Teams chats. And hopefully in the future, we will see also the Copilot ones from Edge, and the Copilot ones will be also deleted, because this is only from Microsoft 365. But with a guy who collected and bring all of the gifts, we use a Microsoft 365 Copilot. We don't use the other ones.
Yeah, I think so. So great. Thank you very much. So I add my screen now. I thought I would add my screen. I'm sorry for this one. I have to share this one more time.
So what happened now with the guy? And at the end, we call his name or her.
No, we won't do this one.
We won't do this.
Perhaps next time.
Next time, yeah. We have to ask Coca-Cola for sponsoring.
You think this one? So now you can see my screen here. That's great. Ooh. So if we look for the chatbot, also we are looking for the Azure AI services. We can create here, if you go to the portal, to Azure portal, you can create Azure services there. You see I've created Foundry workspace. So you're connected to the workspaces, however, since the Ignite. And we can also go and that's my MVP tenant, so not the production, like in Raphael's case. You can go to the portal. What I was wondering, that's a great idea. So I deployed here a model, nothing specific, GPT for all. Then I want to chat, and then I see you're not authorized. I am the creator of this one. I like this, the idea of what Microsoft implemented here. So I can go there, provide the data, and so on, and also typing there because I am not there in a higher role to do this one. If you check, that is from the Ignite, so 2611. We've got here the information. You need to be one of these roles to go further. So that's a airbag, role-based access control. So from the Raphael side, from the Pervis side, he was just checking there. Okay, we are running on a Copilot. We are doing this one. Okay, and then we can trigger this one. You see, I have just have done a deployment on a Foundry. I'm in my workspace. That is nothing specific, and you see, hey, you need permissions. That's how it works. It's somehow, I think it's better, it's safer, it's secured this way. So if we are going to the chat playground, we can chat whatever with our Copilot, whatever to do here. Have you done fine tuning, guys? So Zaid, Branka, Jose, what should we talk then about here, about the chatbot right now?
Yeah, what we need for him
Yeah,
to
what
help him to
what
deliver
do I need?
all of
I
the
don't know.
gifts.
What do you think?
How to
What would be
detect
like?
who is naughty and who is not, right? Check the naughty list for us.
I do not have a list. The Raphael created the list, I think.
Oh.
How do we get there?
Mm.
No, you can ask a recipe for Christmas cookies, or suggest a new recipe for Christmas.
It's
Yeah,
in
but
Fabric. The list is in Fabric.
yeah. That's one moment. Let's see. I
The
don't
list
know.
is in Fabric. So we, the elves, we are using databases for this. We don't use Excel. No,
databases.
Excel is no database. Or use the comments if you like that. Excel is no database. So we are using Fabric, or the alternative is we can use SQL Server on Azure, because we got some budget from Microsoft. Oh, but it's also possible to upload Excel file. But yeah, we have
I'm
Fabric
not for...
and SQL Server, but we can extract if you want.
Oh, SQL Server on Fabric. That's a great topic. Priyanka, please.
When the open agents menu will be available here, then you will be able to export Fabric as a data source. We don't have the agents menu, but
Yes.
when the agents will come in, then as a data source you can add in Fabric. So yes, that time we can actually extract the naughty list.
But we can use this with Copilot Studio in Microsoft
Yes.
65,
Yes.
correct? Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Absolutely.
So we can help him extract or connect this in Copilot Studio. So Jose, yeah, then we can use AI to analyze and ask questions about our database.
No. We need
No?
now agents. So
We
we
need
have
more
one
agents.
agent that is checking the shipping address, one agent who will talking about we have done all of these things, and the other will, however, do a quality assurance. So something like this one. So doing quality tasks. So Jose, how would we implement this one?
Okay. We have many ways, but one of the best would be to use the upcoming Azure AI agents, which we don't see that yet. I'm even not in the private beta because I think there was such a huge queue after Ignite. So I
Yeah.
would go for that. The other way would be to use an assistant, right, and create an assistant, or then we have the two lead frameworks from Microsoft if we want to code our way in, which requires a bit more effort, which we could use semantic kernel or we could use AutoGen, Microsoft AutoGen.
So what is there? What is the first one? What is the second one, perhaps?
For me, my heart is with semantic kernel, right? So I would use that. And second one, maybe AutoGen, but honestly, the one from semantic kernel would work pretty well. At the end, it's mostly using anything that can execute functions. So we could
Mhm.
even run it in local if we want,
Yeah.
or
What about we talk about the topic from Priyanka? She was presenting about semantic kernel at the Ignite this year, so
Yeah.
1 month ago. It was a great talk on this one. Can we share some insights?
Definitely, definitely, right. And as Jose mentioned, we do have two options for using semantic kernel and autogen. But let me show you something on my screen. Okay,
Sure.
it's a busy screen, so all
No
right, here
problem.
we go. All right, so
We can see it.
yes, so if you can see, I was talking about agents, right? And one of the most, important things which I myself, appreciate about Ignite announcements was earlier. So this demo was done before Semantic Kernel announced the new enhancements. So as you can see, semantic kernel is basically a framework which will help me build these individual intelligent pieces of logic. So you can see this one agent which is probably doing an action of fetching information, real time data from your websites. There could be another agent which is actually helping you fetch data from your on-prem data sources. There is a third agent which is actually able to summarize information from different data sources. And how to orchestrate these agents is where a framework like autogen comes in. And now, post Ignite, semantic kernel has actually announced semantic kernel processes which can also do the orchestration. So the demo which I showed, my use case was the use case which we presented was, so as you can see, there is one agent which is handling your sensitive customer data, PII data, customer transaction, monetary financial data, and another agent which is actually dealing with the non-sensitive public data on Azure cloud. And then these agents, they are actually interacting with each other, sharing knowledge. And it's a beautiful way in which we can see that given a question. So the question was, agent is asking a bank application to recommend some credit card to him based on his account, based on his profile, how much he has spent, and what are the savings with the bank and stuff like that. So which means the two agents, they have to fetch public information about the banking, credit card products, and other retail information, and they also have to access the customer's sensitive data about his account, spending, transactions, and other customer related information, and then combine, share this information together and give the best answer. Like, okay, based on your spending profile, I think you will you find this credit card more useful, which is giving you a lot of travel benefits and stuff like that, right? So this is where this agentic orchestration comes in. And the way we write agents code is also quite, it's quite where's that, sorry, it's quite easy. So as you can see, I have three different agents here. Recommender agent, which is actually surfing information from websites, right? So we have the name of the agent and the action which it is going to take, right? Like the action is going to trigger some plugin. The plugin can be a piece of logic, it can be another prompt. So this is how your agents are written and they interact with each other. So as you can see, I'm registering the agent and I'm registering the actions that they can take. So which some agent is calling Bing search, other agent is actually getting the customer details, right? So you see the information recommender agent is actually triggering an action of Bing search, which is searching your URLs real time. The credit recommender agent is actually hitting a function called as get customer details, which is getting the PII and sensitive information from the database. There is another loan agent which will be able to do loan recommendation based on the current saving and transactions the customer has with the bank. So yeah, so all of this becomes much more powerful when agents are able to talk to each other, when agents are able to share information to each other. And just on the note of agents, right, I'm going to share a very nice website with you all, which is Coca-Cola's holiday snow globe website. So one of the sorry one of the things which Coca-Cola was trying to achieve is, you see, when kids and others, they go into Christmas shops with to actually click a photo with Santa. There's this huge there's this huge, right? And
I think we can't hear you anymore. I'm sorry for this.
yeah, sorry, no, I this is actually this is actually the Santa speaking, right? So in this website, what they've tried to do is, there's a virtual Santa they have created, and that virtual Santa is actually then asking you to narrate a situation so that he can create a memory of that in snow globe. And there are three agents working here. So they are using OpenAI real time audio, right? They are using image creation agent, and they are using a 3D digital twin creation kind of an agent. And all these three things together, they will create a virtual snow globe which is sort of talking to you. So as you can see, right, you can create an account, and in the galleries, if you go in the galleries, it will help you. Once you've created the snow globe, it will enable you to actually look at the snow globe, or you can actually send the snow globe to your friends. So there's a nice topic in Ignite on this, right? Which is about, yeah, so this is Donna, Marco, and these two gentlemen from Coca-Cola. They are actually talking about this particular agentic approach to creating virtual Santa and snow globe memories. So yeah, just have fun with that. Have a look at the video and have a look at the website as well. I'm going to paste it in the window, and something to really cheer you up for the holidays. So have you looked at this demo, Alex, Raphael, Jose?
Yeah, but now I'm missing a special Christmas Coke. All these long trucks. I'm missing also these long trucks which are going through the street and snow is falling. That's the advertising home run. Or Coca-Cola is starting with this, but also supporting the man who brings all of the gifts.
Yeah. Yes.
But it's very interesting. Do have these men different names around the world? So Jose, Said, is he called different names? So maybe Copilot know his name in different languages? When we ask the Copilot, who is the guy who bring the gifts on the Christmas day? So I know it's different because some are making the Christmas party in the first in the morning, and the rest, like us in Germany, Alexander said, we do it in the evening before,
Yes.
and
Yes.
bringing and collecting gifts and all of these. So hopefully when we get some. So what Copilot is all of the attendees, please try it. What is Copilot saying?
I was just checking that, and he has different names in everywhere, from Santa Claus, Papa Noel, Babbo Natale in Italy, or in Germany, Weihnachtsmann, right?
Yeah,
That's a great prompt, Jose.
Yeah,
So he was just prompting what is it called in different countries.
Yeah, exactly. Easy. Some things are simple, really simple.
Oh, great.
So I
very
guess
cool.
I can take over a little bit and share a little bit of one demo I've been working on lately. I can assume many people can already know what is it. So
Drone flying.
exactly, Alex, you know it. So do you guys love drones here in the round?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Jose, AI
Yes.
drones. I'm very looking forward to meet you in person at the MVP summit to show you my lovely drone,
Nice. I'm looking
which I
forward. I
which I
I
fly in
I,
Leon.
I play a bit with drones, but mostly with my friend's drone because I thought I'm so busy. I never had the time to really dedicate time to one of these beautiful things. So
Mm-hmm.
for example, Laurent, he has a couple of drones. I have another friend, Nigel, that has another drone. So I play one with him sometimes, but really, I don't have one. I think they are quite amazing, but they are also evolving like crazy. Like there's a new version every year or 2 years,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I can't agree more. So, like this, I will let me maybe begin just showing a brief demo, maybe.
Hi, Tiago.
Yeah, we have to greet some people. Tiago Costa from Portugal. Hi, how are you?
Hi,
Nice
Tiago.
that you show us. Also, Andreas here from Stuttgart. That's nearby in Germany. So great you're watching us, Andreas. Thank you. Welcome. And Said, the stage is yours. You can go on.
Yeah, perfect.
Just share your screen.
Totally. So I'm sharing here my screen. I opened the demo, so it's very short actually. Or quick, just to give it. So what I do here basically, I put on a VR headset. In this case, the Meta Quest headset, for example. And then I'm using gesture detection to fly the drone. And here basically the spin is I'm planning to use Azure OpenAI basically to capture pictures of different gestures and then accordingly make the drone fly. To recognize the gestures and then accordingly trigger the different commands. So sometimes it works, sometimes not. So and my favorite use case here is basically I just enjoy introduce this topic to developers who are, let's say, getting started with AI or with .NET development, mixed reality development, you name it, and then just give them a glimpse how to build such an fun and interactive demo.
So,
Um,
side,
yeah.
short question. It is possible to talk to the drone.
Yes. So this is something I'm also thinking. Thinking of a lot how to do. Basically, like a lot the Meta SDK provides text to speech. Um, which would allow you to talk with a drone in this case. And I plan also to leverage the solution with Microsoft Speech API, for example, to be able to communicate with a drone as well, and then trigger different commands accordingly. Definitely. So this is definitely on the roadmap.
Cool, thank you. So
Yeah.
the Weihnachtsmann, we call his name, can say, "Okay, please deliver this gift to these childrens."
Maybe. Yeah. Yes. And which drone do you have, Rafael?
I have a old DJI drone, Mavic Air 2, I think. Yeah. So
Nice. Let's get in touch with DJI and ask them if they can
yeah.
provide us the
It's
API.
it was the first drone with a Windows SDK,
Oh,
and you can create a Windows app to control the drone with the
wow.
surface, and it was possible to control the drone when you waving with your surface, for example, and giving with buttons you can program and code to give the commands to the drone. And it's working. We make a hackathon with this. That's why I have this drone and I do these hackathons and I want to test it in my home. So I
Wow.
bought one of these drones. But I'm living near the Cologne airport, so
Okay,
there's
so there's
nothing
no
with flying
much
drones.
chance
So
to
we
fly
need
it
to look
around.
where we can fly drones.
Yeah. Nice. Let's have a catch up on it. I would love to learn more about it.
Are you bringing yours to the MVP summit site?
Say again? Yeah, I definitely like. I always,
Yes.
I even have it here. Like the Telo drone is just a small drone, basically, and maybe, yeah, I'll definitely bring it with me, and could be maybe nice to sit around and hack a little bit if there's time. Maybe I plan also during the holidays to maybe think about building my own drone using Raspberry Pi and some components,
Mhm.
because this one is like very limited to a certain extent. So yeah, let's see. But
Like,
it's good to know that we have here MVP's interest in drones. So beside Alex, so Alex is one of my favorite advocates for this topic.
No, no, no.
Yeah,
cool. Very nice. I was curious about racing. This first-person view, this looks amazing for the videos. This new DJI that went out. I think now it's version 2 already. Yeah,
yeah,
it's evolving quite fast.
totally. No, can't agree more. Yeah.
So what's next?
Yeah,
We have secure
last
the
but not
data.
least, I think we have now playgrounds, agents, whatever. Safety and security, I think, will be the next topic. Also on chatting, on prompting, because Rafael was saying about, yeah, we were prompting our model and creating some chats, agents, and so on. But what about the bad guys? They can also prompt us and ask about different stuff and so on. And if you are going to the foundry, you can find not even the models what we have talked earlier. So you create a model, of course you have your data. I also have shown this one up. You can not only create in blob storage your Rails upload file, but you can only also create it in Uconnection. And now we are on Fabric. So if you're going to Microsoft OneLake, this is your data source for the Microsoft Fabric. So you can just connect this one to the Foundry and provide there your data, and also safety and security. And that is a topic perhaps also from Raphael that we need to talk about. So what can we do here?
That's totally and very interesting. Also for the Weihnachtsmann.
Also for
The
the
right?
Christmas time, yes, sure.
But there's a question. When we do all of these, for example, violent or hate, when something happens, the content filter sees, so the children who do these
Yes,
don't get any gifts anymore. If
yes,
you, but when I want to have a list, my own list with words I want to block.
yes.
Block this.
There's also, yeah, that's why I'm pointing on this one. That is something that Microsoft prepared as a category. So you have one for violence, hate, whatever. You can just grab this and say, okay, I have something from the whatever Fight Club. I want to have this kind of violence text on my website. Then it's okay for doing this stuff. But if you want to block this one, it's in the preview. So yeah, I have to select. Let's see. There's a professional custom block list is not available somehow. Perhaps it's only in Wine Tenant. I don't know. Perhaps yes, perhaps no. We will see this one. And oh, that's something I have not seen before. Streaming mode. That's cool. Let's try this also on this one. Sure. Replace. Done. So you can see how easy this works. So you create your filter and you are done on this side. What is also on the Foundry, but I wanted also to do a deep dive in a few days perhaps. You can also tracing the performance and debug your app. That is something that was Rafael showing also earlier, because if you want just to do evaluation, what kind of information does your copilot talks back, then you can grab the copilot and also do it in purview. So you are focusing on the data. If you want to trace the performance and debug your application, so it's something on the developer perspective. What Branka and also Rafael was talking. I'm sorry, Jose was talking earlier about the agents. So you implemented your agent, then you have your, of course, your functional, your post function, your connection points, and then you connect here your work spaces and can trace the apps. That will be nice also to debug this one. That will be, we will do this one in perhaps a day or two. We will see this one. Prompt flow. I like this one because if you want to create, I don't know, create the new one because we have only 8 minutes left. Let's see what is there behind. If we are talking about the copilot, what Rafael was talking earlier was just provide the prompt to the copilot, you get your answer back. If you do not want to get from your input direct your output, you want to manipulate the flow of your copilot. For example, if you're going here, you see how to use SDK, whatever you want to ask. Then you get your output. That is a direct way from input to output from a copilot. Just imagine we have an agent and we are providing the agent's core system from Jose. Here was one guy who implemented another agent. So for example, then I have to look up to, or perhaps ask the another agent or another database, another whatever data source connection about what is inside. Then I generate my context. You see there's all, of course you can whatever, provide your new LLMs, your prompt, your Python code, and so on, and provide more information on this one. If you generate the context, okay, you see what is doing here. That's not that difficult to understand. The entities content, you can see the source there, and so on. So you generate your prompt, then you provide the prompt variants. You see the system would be asked, your AI assistant helping me with blah, 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 blah. And then you see user is a context, what you provide. Human will ask a question, AI would answer, and then you're going to put this question inside, and then you get your output back.
Yeah.
So that's something like you get your flow inside from the input to the output on the manipulation side. Also, I was discussing with Microsoft at the Ignite, how would we achieve different stages here also. And one guy said to me also, we can also grab there and provide more different LLMs, just as a small language models, for example. If this one will be the large language model to generate some input, it would be perhaps cost too much, or perhaps it would be doing the job with latency. So you get your 21, 22, 23, and then it's two in German, for example. It's already over the time that you need the answer back. You know? So perhaps just provide also here inside the prompt on this small language models this specific task, and that's why I was asking about fine tuning, of course. So you see we have also the catalog. They can do whatever you want from the catalog. They have the playgrounds. That's our chatbot, for example. We can do also fine tuning, but also perhaps one question. What is the difference about fine-tuning one model or using the AI agent subsystem? What would be doing better on depending on your data, for example?
Yeah, so see, honestly, it all boils down to what is the use case.
True.
So one of my clients, they wanted to have something very specific on their compliance policies. They wanted to have a named entity recognition on their banking compliance policies.
Mm-hmm.
And no amount of agents with generic prompts, right, will be able to extract those very specific abbreviations. For example,
Yes.
they have something like DTP, right,
Mm-hmm.
which is some debit transaction plan. Or they have specific monikers, naming conventions around some levels of data sensitivity. So SO1 means sensitivity level 1, something like that. So no amount of having business glossaries or lookups with agents, however sophisticated your agents are, will help in that case. So they
Mm-hmm.
had to opt for fine tuning. And because their compliance policies are what, just maybe 400 500 documents, so it also makes sense to use small language models of i3, for example, where you are able to just annotate your data on identifying the specific entities and sub entities.
Mhm.
So yes, so in that case where your problem and domain is very clear, very specific, go for fine tuning. If you want a generalist kind of a setting where you don't know, you have a huge database, you
Mhm.
might have a huge corpus, the FAQs are varied, right? People interacting with your system, external users, internal users, so you don't have any set questions that can be asked of your document corpus. Then agents and chat with your unstructured data are the ways to go, in my opinion.
Mhm. That's a great idea. So, guys, we wanted to talk today about how we can optimize, how we can deliver personal presents to every kid there, or perhaps doing some. Is it about the drone from Said? The last sentence. I think we have done all from the list. That's cool.
Yes.
That's really cool. Oh, we
So
have some guys showing here. Hi, Patricia from Brazil. That's cool. I'm sorry, Patricia is German. I think it was Patricia then, if it should be in English way. So, yeah. Are you prepared with cookies and so on? So something from Christmas? Nothing there. Okay.
I wish we had an agent
Going.
to do that.
yeah, and the drone delivery. I can open the
Oh,
window.
drone delivery from
Yeah,
Berlin,
yeah,
please.
yeah.
Yes.
So,
Said, I
where's
can
the
also
app?
share more of this one.
Where's the app? The Weihnachtsmann
Where's
app
the app?
or the Christmas
For
man
next
app?
time, perhaps.
The cookie
Well,
agent. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, there.
but
Cookie
I
agent.
think these kind of things are better done in person, right?
Why?
Ah, come on. Getting a cookie, eating the cookie. You
Of
will not let
course.
AI eat the cookie.
Of course. No. It's just a delivery thing.
Yeah,
Then you can't eat it with all of the guys.
then it's better.
Yeah, of sure. Of course. Of course. So great. So I think the 1 hour is over. And yeah, we have done a
That was
great
fast.
stuff this year. A lot of events. And yeah, the Rafael was also here with the old Windows logo. But I liked your Copilot your stuff. Where is it? Yeah. It's too warm, I think, inside. It's all really warm inside this one. Ah, that's cool.
That's a cool one.
Yeah, that's a really cool one. Yeah, thank you for your time, guys. And we are done, I think,
Thank you.
this time. And see you in a bit next year. And yeah, continue on
Yes.
this journey of this Global AI community. Have a nice day. Thanks for joining us today. Bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Thank
Thank
you very
you.
much for all the
Guys,
food.
and
Bye
have a
bye. Have a good
Merry
Christmas
Christmas.
party.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Thank you. You too. Bye bye.
Safe celebrations. Bye bye.